Today's cook is Patatas Bravas, an incredible potato tapas dish. Now, as a huge football fan, I've been out to Spain on many occasions to watch many of the clubs, and therefore, particularly when I was drinking a lot, I'd have tapas quite a lot, and this was one of the dishes we would have on a regular basis. Now, I'm going to be cooking this in the air fryer, so utilizing a great method for the potato. So this is actually my interpretation. There's many versions of the sauce. This is my interpretation. So obviously we need potatoes, okay? And then we're going to be making a really cool sauce out of onion, garlic, tomatoes, smoked paprika, a little bit of ground cumin, some crushed chilies, salt and pepper, and some honey for sweetness. Now, to make this extra special, I'm also including a bit of chorizo to really make those potatoes sing. And you will see why as we progress through this recipe. So let's cook. Obviously, the first step is to go through the process of preparing the potatoes. So I peel them and then I chop them into small little cubes, okay? So probably, a third of the size that you might prepare them for a roast potato, okay? So not tiny little cubes, but not full-grown roast potatoes. So you can see there, they're gonna be nice little mouthfuls. Then we're going to prepare the onion for the sauce. Now, as you can see, I just chopped it in half. I chopped off the top, peeled off the skin, and that allowed me to then run through the onion without it falling apart, okay? And then we roll through it the middle. And then the third direction is then going to slice down. And this enables me to cut it really, really fine, really easily, really safely. Than any other way that you can. Okay, so then to start with the sauce, we're going to get a pan on the hob on full whack. We're then going to throw in our onion and we're going to start to cook them, soften them down. Okay, once they've softened down, you get your garlic, and the way I always do it, rather than messing about with your knife, is just to grate it. Does exactly the same job, and it's really, really easy. So then we're going to throw in the chopped tomato. Then we're going to add our flavour in. So we've got, maybe a third of cumin, teaspoon, maybe a third of chili. You can put a lot more if you're brave enough, but I just put in a little bit. Then we've got the paprika, which I went for one and a half teaspoons of the smoked paprika. Then we go for the salt, couple of twists of the salt, and then about 10 grams of the pepper, probably more to be perfectly honest. Give that a stir, start to cook it down. Then we're going to put in this gorgeous runny honey. So 1 teaspoon is probably enough. You can, you're going to taste it to see how you prefer it. 1 teaspoon's enough. Then you're going to give that a mix through and start to cook it, okay? So you're gonna leave this on low, okay, whilst we start cooking the potatoes. So the preparation of the potatoes is one of my trademarked air fryer methods, where we're gonna pour over a kettle of hot water onto it, leave it for at least 5 minutes. 5 minutes. This is my French fry recipe, okay? But we're using it with these cube potatoes. Then once you had the 5 minutes, pat everything dry, put it back in your bowl, dry bowl, and then pour over the oil. Okay, pour over a couple of tablespoons of oil, mix it up so that it gets completely covered. Then we're going to preheat our air fryer for 5 minutes so it's steaming hot. We're then going to tip all these potatoes in straight away, slam it shut so it starts to cook, and then just leave that to do its thing. In the meantime, we can blitz up this sauce, okay? So just pour this into a blitzer, get a handheld mixer, and just blitz this till it's a nice, smooth sauce, okay? And that's done, okay? You can leave that to cool now. Halfway through the potatoes, like after 10 minutes, take them out, give them a shake, put in some chopped up chorizo, okay? Just throw it in. This will start to like melt down after a few minutes because, once it's been in the air fryer for another 3 or 4 minutes, you can see that we are then going to go in and give this another shake. And all of the oils from the chorizo is then going to start going all over our potatoes. And as you can see now, once they've been in for a further 5 minutes, those potatoes are crispy, they are golden, they are flavour packed. This is absolutely incredible. This is unbeatable in terms of making potatoes. Look at them. These are crispy, and the oil from the chorizo has embedded itself into these potatoes. Have these on their own, you are winning. You are absolutely winning. But we've got an incredible sauce that we've created, so we're going to smother this plate in the sauce. All right, guys, welcome back to the Tasters. Today we made Patatas Bravas. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. One of the legendary tapas that you always have, no doubt, you know, with your chorizo, with your croquetas, you know, all these sorts of standard things you expect when you get tapas. This is one of the legendary ones, I guess because it's potato as well, and everyone likes, you know, fried potatoes, roast potatoes, whatever. Always going to go down well. And we did a little twist, and obviously this is my interpretation of it, so you know, it's not 100% authentic, but you know, I would say it's pretty good, looks pretty good. Obviously I added a chorizo into the mix because I just wanted to add some, you know, some meaty notes into the actual dish, which I know is not authentic, but this is about creating something that I want to eat, because that's the end goal really. But this is a this works out really well. I'm using my trademark air frying potato cooking techniques, using the boiled kettle method for this one. I thought I'd use it because we're using smaller potatoes. I know this is an absolute, you know, banger. I also did the actual tomato sauce rather than the, you know, sometimes you can get more of a traditional actual sauce. Sometimes, I mean, I've been in some tapas places where, you know, I felt like they just poured over ketchup and some mayo out of a tube, and I'm fairly confident that is actually what I received. Okay, so this isn't it. This is an actual tomato reduction. It's absolutely packed full of flavour because, you know, we added the honey as well as the paprika. But you know, these potatoes are crispy. They're a little bit soft now because the sauce is on them, but absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is a fantastic potato dish, one of those classics. Let's have a little bit of the old chorizo. That isn't going to take too long in the air fryer, the chorizo. That's why I only put it in for half of the time, because otherwise it's just going to incinerate. It's a shame because if you could put it in earlier, obviously the oils that come out would actually probably be enough oil to actually cook the potatoes in itself. But you know, that isn't the case, so we just have to do what we do. So there we go, potato sauce, Patatas Bravas. Obviously also traditionally served with aioli, but I'm not too keen on making that aioli, to be perfectly honest. So I have my egg-free mayo to go with it. Absolutely wonderful. So I hope you give my recipe a try. If you do, let me know, obviously. Smash the like button, all that sort of good stuff. Hit me up in the comments and check out, see me next week. And obviously remember the classic potato dishes that are in the playlist. See you later, guys. Take it easy. Yum.